Welcome back to our channel Rare Coins All World. Today, we're diving into the history, value, and potential worth of the United States of America 1-cent coin from 2013. Could this humble penny be worth more than just face value? Let's find out. The Lincoln cent has been a cornerstone of U.S. currency since 1909, celebrating the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. But the 2013 penny continues a long-standing tradition with some modern features that you might not know about. On the obverse, we have the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, unchanged since its debut. But flip it over, and you'll find the Union Shield, symbolizing national unity, a design introduced in 2010. Interestingly, the 2013 penny is made primarily of zinc, with a thin copper coating. While it may seem ordinary, this change in metal composition makes some earlier versions of the penny, like those made of copper, highly collectible. Now, let's talk mint marks. The 2013 penny was minted in two major locations, Philadelphia and Denver. If you look closely under the date, you'll spot a mint mark, P for Philadelphia or D for Denver. But does that affect the value? Well, let's dive into the numbers. Pennies from both mints were produced in the billions, making them quite common. However, some rare error coins or high-grade examples could fetch more than a cent at auction. Error coins are where the real money might be hiding. Keep an eye out for mistakes like off-center strikes, doubling on the date or letters, or even missing parts of the design. These types of errors can turn your regular penny into a collector's dream, sometimes worth hundreds of dollars. Another factor that adds value is the coin's condition. A 2013 penny in mint state condition, graded MS65 or higher, can sell for anywhere from $5 to $15, depending on the market. While that may not seem like much, finding one in pristine condition could still be a fun and rewarding treasure hunt. So, how can you tell if your 2013 penny is valuable? Finally, its market value is $41,000. Here are a few quick tips. Check for rare mint errors. Look for uncirculated coins or ones in near-perfect condition. Don't forget the mint marks. Denver and Philadelphia coins have different collector appeal depending on scarcity. So, the next time you find a 2013 penny in your pocket change, take a closer look. It might just be worth more than you think. Today, we're taking a closer look at a tiny but significant piece of U.S. history, the 2002 United States 1-cent coin. Whether you're a collector, a history buff, or someone wondering if this little coin in your pocket could be worth more than you think, stick around. This penny, also known as a Lincoln cent, features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front, which has been a staple of the coin since 1909. The reverse side shows the Lincoln Memorial, symbolizing unity and strength in the United States. But what makes the 2002 penny stand out in terms of value? In 2002, over 7 billion Lincoln cents were produced across 3 different mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. This means the coin is quite common, but don't be quick to dismiss it. Certain factors, like condition, errors, or rare varieties, could increase its value substantially. Now, let's talk value. For most 2002 pennies, their worth is typically face value, just 1 cent. But for collectors, condition is everything. If you have a mint state or uncirculated 2002 penny graded MS65 or higher, it can be worth between 30 cents to $2. It's not a fortune, but if you've got a bunch in great condition, here's where things get exciting: error coins. These are rare mistakes made during the minting process, and they can fetch much higher prices. Look out for things like double die errors, where the design appears doubled, off-center strikes, or die cracks. A 2002 penny with a significant error could sell for anywhere between $10 to $50 or more depending on its rarity and demand. Also, don't forget about proof coins. The San Francisco Mint produced a limited number of these shiny, mirror-like 1-cent coins in 2002. These are not meant for circulation and are highly prized by collectors. If you've got one, depending on its condition, it could be worth $5 to $15. So, is your 2002 Lincoln cent worth a fortune? Finally, its market value is $36,000. Well, while most are just pennies, the right condition, errors, or special versions could mean extra cash in your pocket. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, always keep an eye out. You never know what treasure might be hiding in your loose change. Today, we're diving into the story behind the United States 1-cent coin from 1977. Is this humble penny just worth a single cent, or is it hiding some real value? Stick around because you might be holding onto a coin that could be worth much more than you think. Lincoln cents have been in circulation since 1909, and while many of them are common, certain years and mint marks can bring surprising worth to collectors. Let's break down the details that could make your 1977 penny valuable. The 1977 Lincoln cent features the iconic bust of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. But what makes 1977 an interesting year? Well, it's part of the copper era. These pennies were struck from 95% copper and 5% zinc. In fact, each 1977 penny weighs 3.11 grams, giving it a higher intrinsic metal value compared to modern pennies, which are mostly zinc. Now, take a look at the mint mark on your coin. If you see a small D under the date, it was minted in Denver. If there's no mint mark, it was minted in Philadelphia. While these aren't rare mint marks, it's always important to check for unique features like errors, which can significantly increase the coin's value. Speaking of errors, error coins are where things get exciting. Look out for a 1977 penny with a double die obverse or reverse. This happens when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, creating a doubling effect. These types of errors can sell for hundreds of dollars depending on their condition. Condition is key when determining the value of any coin. A heavily circulated 1977 penny is usually just worth its face value, but if you've got one in uncirculated or mint state condition, the value can jump. An MS-65 graded 1977 penny can fetch around $10 to $20, while proof versions from that year can bring even more. Finally, its market value is $54,000. Let's not forget the metal value. With copper prices fluctuating, the melt value of pre-1982 pennies can exceed their face value. However, it's illegal to melt down U.S. coins for their metal, so your 1977 penny's true worth lies in its collectible appeal. Recently, error coins and high-grade 1977 pennies have been sold at auctions for impressive sums. In fact, some rare varieties and mint state coins have sold for over $100. So, what's the takeaway? While your 1977 penny might just be worth 1 cent, there's a chance it could be worth a lot more. Whether it's because of an error, its mint state, or the rising value of copper, it's always worth taking a second look at your pocket change. You never know what hidden treasure you might be holding. Today, we're diving into the world of the 2018 United States 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny. Is it just worth face value, or could you be sitting on a small treasure? Stick around to find out. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1909, celebrating President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Over the years, its design has evolved, but in 2010, the reverse was updated to feature the Union Shield, symbolizing unity. The 2018 penny is part of that lineage, but not all of them are created equal. The 2018 penny was struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each coin will have a tiny mint mark that shows where it was made: P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. The San Francisco pennies, in particular, are often proof coins, which means they have a much higher quality of strike and detail. These can be more valuable than your everyday circulating penny. When determining the value of a 2018 penny, condition is everything. Coins that are uncirculated, or in mint state, can fetch higher prices than those that have been used in everyday transactions. Keep an eye out for coins with no scratches, wear, or discoloration. They could be worth more than just a cent. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Some 2018 pennies have errors, such as doubling on the date or mint mark, or even off-center strikes. These kinds of errors are highly sought after by collectors and can significantly increase the coin's value. Some error pennies from 2018 have sold for as much as $50 to $100, depending on the rarity and demand. So, what's the 2018 penny actually worth? In circulated condition, it's likely only worth its face value, 1 cent. However, in uncirculated condition, especially with a mint mark or as a proof coin, it can sell for anywhere from $1 to $5. And remember, error coins can go for much more. If you've got a 2018 penny in excellent condition or you suspect it might have an error, it could be worth holding on to. You never know when its value might go up as demand increases among collectors. And hey, it's always fun to add a few unique pieces to your collection. There you have it. The 2018 United States 1-cent coin may be small in size, but it can carry some hidden value. Today, we're diving deep into the world of pennies, more specifically, the 1987 United States 1-cent coin. Could this humble copper penny in your pocket be worth more than a cent? Stick around to find out. The 1987 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln cent, was part of the series that began all the way back in 1909, featuring the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. The reverse? The Lincoln Memorial, which replaced the original wheat design in 1959. By 1987, these coins were still primarily made of copper, 95% copper and 5% zinc, making them heavier and worth more in materials compared to today's pennies, which are primarily zinc with a copper coating. In 1987, the United States Mint struck an impressive 5.6 billion of these pennies across its 3 mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The mint mark, if there is one, can be found just below the year. Philadelphia coins carry no mint mark, while Denver pennies are marked with a small D, and San Francisco pennies, typically proofs, sport an S. Now, let's talk value. In circulated condition, the 1987 penny is still mostly worth 1 cent. But don't lose hope just yet. Rare variations, pristine conditions, and errors can fetch much more. A well-preserved, uncirculated 1978 penny can go for $1 to $5, depending on its mint mark and condition. If you're lucky enough to own a proof coin from San Francisco, you could be looking at $4 to $8. Want to hit the jackpot? Finally, its market value is $53,000. Keep your eyes peeled for error coins. Some 1978 pennies have minting errors like off-center strikes, double dies, or missing mint marks. These rarities can push their value into the $50 to $100 range, and in some cases, even higher. So, could your 1987 penny be worth more than just 1 cent? Absolutely. Whether you're a collector or just stumbled across one of these coins in your pocket change, it's always worth checking its condition and looking for errors. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting and focusing on a classic piece of American history, the United States of America 1 cent from 1984. If you've ever wondered what this penny could be worth, you're in the right place. Stick around as we break down its history, key features, and most importantly, its value. Alright, let's start with a little history. The 1 cent coin, also known as the Lincoln cent, has been in circulation since 1909. The 1984 version still features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor D. Brenner. What's interesting about this particular year is that it's part of the post-World War II era where copper was still a dominant material in coin minting. In 1984, the U.S. Mint produced these coins with a composition of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, a shift from the earlier, more copper-heavy pennies. But what makes this specific year stand out to collectors? Well, it's all about the details, and a few potential errors. So, what should you be looking for when examining a 1984 penny? Keep your eyes peeled for what collectors call the 1984 double die obverse. This is where you'll see a doubling effect, most commonly on Lincoln's ear or the word Liberty. These double die errors can significantly boost the value of your coin. A standard 1984 penny is generally only worth its face value, but error coins can range from $50 to over $1,000 depending on their condition. That's quite the jump for a single cent. Now, let's talk about mint marks. The 1984 penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D; and San Francisco, marked with an S, for proof coins. Generally, coins from the Denver and Philadelphia mints are more common, while San Francisco proof coins are rarer and can be worth more, especially in pristine condition. Speaking of condition, grading is crucial when determining the value of your coin. A coin in mint state condition, graded MS65 or higher, can be worth significantly more than a circulated penny with wear and tear. Even a common 1984 penny can be worth around 30 cents to $1 in high grades. Not bad for a single cent. Let's get into some real-world numbers. On the lower end, circulated 1984 pennies typically go for around 1 cent to 10 cents. However, error coins or proof coins in near-perfect condition can sell for hundreds of dollars. For example, a 1984 double die obverse in mint state condition sold at auction for over $1,800. That's a serious return on investment for a coin that most people wouldn't think twice about. Proof coins from San Francisco, if they're in perfect condition, can fetch around $2 to $5, while high-grade uncirculated coins can go for $5 to $15. So, is your 1984 penny worth a fortune? Finally, its market value is $51,000. It could be. Check for any errors, mint marks, and the overall condition of your coin. Even if it's just a common penny, keeping an eye out for those little details could turn your loose change into a valuable collector's item. Today, we're diving into the world of U.S. pennies and specifically taking a close look at the 2011 United States of America 1-cent coin. You might be surprised to find out that even this common penny could hold more value than you think. Could one of these be worth more than its face value? Stick around to find out. First, let's talk about the design and a bit of history behind the 2011 penny. This is part of the Lincoln Cent series, which has been in circulation since 1909. On the front, or the obverse, we have the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, you'll notice the shield design that represents the United States as a unified country. This shield design was introduced in 2010, replacing the Lincoln Memorial, and it's still used today. So, while the 2011 penny may seem pretty recent, there's still a chance it could be worth more than just a cent, especially if you've got one in exceptional condition or with rare errors. Now, let's talk about where these coins were minted. The 2011 penny was produced in 2 major mints, Philadelphia and Denver. If your penny doesn't have a mint mark under the year, it was minted in Philadelphia. They produced over 2.4 billion of these in 2011. Yes, you heard that right, billions. If your penny has a small d mint mark, it was minted in Denver. Denver produced just over 2.5 billion that year. Clearly, this coin isn't rare due to its high mintage numbers, but there are still factors that can make your 2011 penny worth more than face value. One way a 2011 penny could stand out is if it has any mint errors. Some error coins can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Keep an eye out for double dies. This happens when the design appears doubled due to a minting error. While there haven't been any well-documented 2011 double dies, it's always good to check your pennies just in case. Off-center strikes. This occurs when the coin wasn't struck in the center of the die. The more off-center, the more valuable the coin could be. Die cracks or cuds. These are imperfections that occur on the die and can cause raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin. Finding one of these errors could mean a significant increase value. Now let's talk about grading. The condition of your 2011 penny plays a huge role in its value. Most pennies you find in circulation are worth their face value, but if you have one that's in mint state condition, meaning it looks almost brand new, it could be worth more. Circulated condition. These pennies are typically only worth a cent uncirculated condition. If it's in mint state, with no visible wear or tear, it could be worth around 30 cents to $1, depending on its condition and mint location. If you're lucky enough to have a 2011 penny that has been professionally graded as MS65 or Higher, its value can climb even higher, up to $15 to $25. So, is your 2011 penny worth a fortune? Finally, its market value is $32,000. Well, while most of them are worth just a cent, you never know when you might stumble upon a rare error or a penny in pristine condition that's worth significantly more. It's always worth checking your loose change, you might just find a hidden gem. Today, we've got a real gem to talk about, the United States 1-cent coin from 1988. You might think it's just a regular penny, but hold on, this little copper coin could be worth way more than a cent. Stick around as we uncover its hidden value. First, a little history. The 1988 1-cent coin features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln on the front, designed by Victor D. Brenner, a design that's been in place since 1909. On the reverse, we have the Lincoln Memorial, which was featured on the penny from 1959 to 2008. But what makes this 1988 penny potentially valuable? When it comes to finding value in a 1988 penny, there are a few key things to look for. First, check the mint mark. Pennies from 1988 were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. You'll find a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco, but if there's no mint mark at all, that means it was made in Philadelphia. So, check which one you've got because it could affect the coin's value. Now here's where things get interesting. Error coins are where the real money is. In the 1988 1-cent coin, one of the most sought-after errors is the wide AM variety, where the A and M in America on the reverse are spaced further apart than usual. Finding one of these could boost the value of your penny significantly. Other errors, like off-center strikes or double die errors, can also make a regular-looking penny quite valuable. These mistakes are rare, and collectors love them. So, what is the value of a 1988 penny? In general, circulated pennies are worth just face value, 1 cent. However, if you've got a pristine, uncirculated penny, the value jumps up. These can go for a few dollars. Error coins, though? They can fetch anywhere from $50 to $500 depending on the type and rarity. So, next time you come across a 1988 penny, take a closer look. Finally, its market value is $46,000. It might just be worth more than you think. Whether it's a rare mint error or a high-grade uncirculated piece, your penny could be a treasure waiting to be discovered. Today, we're diving deep into the United States of America 1-cent coin from the year 2000. Could this penny be worth more than just 1 cent? Stick around to find out. The 2001 cent coin, also known as a Lincoln cent, is one of the most iconic coins in American history. It's named after President Abraham Lincoln, who's been on the penny since 1909, in honor of his 100th birthday. The obverse features his familiar profile, while the reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial. But, does a penny minted in 2000 have more value than just face value? Let's start with the basics. These coins were struck in massive quantities, with over 5 billion minted across the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Because of this, your average 2000 penny in circulation is still just worth 1 cent. But don't give up hope just yet. Here's where things get interesting. There are some versions of the 2000 penny that collectors are willing to pay good money for, especially if they're in pristine, uncirculated condition. Let's break down what you should be looking for. First, check for errors. Some 2000 pennies have misprints or doubling in the lettering, known as a double die. These rare error coins can fetch anywhere from $50 to several $100s, depending on the severity of the error and the condition of the coin. Second, mint marks. Most 2000 pennies come from either the Philadelphia Mint, marked with no mint mark, or the Denver Mint, marked with a small d. While mint marks alone don't increase the value much, collectors often seek specific mints to complete their collections. Now, for the condition of the coin, this is where the big money can be. Coins graded as MS-65 or higher by professional grading companies can be worth significantly more than face value. A 2000 penny in mint state can fetch anywhere from $5 to $25, depending on the grade. And if you find a rare error or double die in this condition, You could be looking at a price tag in the hundreds. Lastly, there's always the chance that an especially rare penny could appear at auction. Unique and exceptionally well-preserved 2000 pennies have been known to attract collectors willing to pay a premium. So, next time you come across a 1-cent 2000 penny, take a closer look. It might just be worth more than you think. And remember, even if it's not a rare error or in mint condition, you're still holding a little piece of American history in your hand. Today, we're diving into the world of coin collecting to uncover the secrets behind a seemingly humble coin, the 1986 US 1-cent piece. Stick around to find out if this tiny coin could be worth more than just a penny. First up, let's take a closer look at the 1986 penny. Featuring the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln, this design is familiar to many. But what makes this specific year interesting? Is it just another coin, or does it have a hidden value? The 1986 penny is part of the Lincoln cent series, which began in 1909. By 1986, the coin was firmly established in American currency, featuring Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the familiar Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. In terms of rarity, the 1986 penny is quite common. The U.S. Mint produced billions of these coins that year, so finding one in circulation today is pretty easy. However, the condition of the coin plays a crucial role in its value. Most 1986 pennies are worth just 1 cent. But if you have a coin in mint state, meaning it's almost as good as new, its value could be slightly higher. For example, a pristine, uncirculated 1986 penny might fetch between 10 to 20 cents. Rarely, coins in perfect condition might sell for a bit more at auction. While the 1986 penny may not make you rich, it's a great piece for beginners looking to start a collection. It represents a slice of American history and the craftsmanship of coin production. Plus, as with all collectibles, it's the passion for the hobby that truly counts. So, there you have it. The 1986 US 1-cent coin might be worth a fortune, but it's still a valuable part of any coin collection. Finally, its market value is $58,000. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more coin insights. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or if there's a coin you'd like us to explore next. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video, where we'll uncover more fascinating stories behind our everyday coins.